please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Because we've got a huge CNBC TV18 exclusive. With the resignation of the promoters from Fortis Healthcare, a deal to sell Fortis now looks imminent. Nisha Podar is here with who the prospective buyer could be. Morning, Nisha. Tell us.
Good morning, Lata. So sources with direct knowledge, and I've been speaking to several participants who are familiar with the developments at Fortis Healthcare, and they have been suggesting for a while now that Manipal Hospitals is really taking the lead, backed by its big private equity firm TPG, to merge Fortis Health with itself. Now, many legal eagles have been working on this particular transaction, that how can they really go ahead with it despite Supreme Court barring Fortis Healthcare's promoters really selling the stake. So the actual verdict of the Supreme Court said that the inherent value of the shares cannot be tinkered with. So going ahead with that, circumventing that particular verdict, what the legal eagles have really suggested in this particular deal is that a primary infusion of funds and a merger cannot really violate this Supreme Court verdict. So therefore, what they are likely to do, and they're in advanced talks for this, unless some new legal hurdle really comes up, is that Manipal Hospitals, backed by TPG, could be merging Fortis Healthcare with itself. Their SRL is included or not is still a question mark. On the other hand, there could be primary infusion of funds so that Manipal Hospital-led consortium is the largest stakeholder, is the controlling stakeholder of Fortis Health, while the Singh brothers, who have now quit from the board of Fortis Health to let this process go through, could be holding a minority stake in the overall combined entity. So therefore, their value of shares, inherent shares, do not change, but on the other hand, the deal can really go through. So that's what I'm gathering from sources.
It has to be a reverse merger because this is the listed stock and Manipal is the unlisted stock. So it ought to be at least from a reverse merger. But before I come to you again, now the exchange itself has got a clarification, it looks like, from Fortis on the lines that the agency reported. The exchange has sought clarification from Fortis Healthcare with respect to news item captioned, looks like there is a lack of corporate governance in Fortis. Deloitte refuses to certify Fortis second quarter results. The Singh brothers said to have taken out 78 million. In this regard, the exchange has advised the company to provide clarification on the news item in detail, including the following: whether such an event, negotiations, article stated in published news is taking place, and if so, you are advised to provide the said information; whether the company is aware of any information that has not been announced to exchanges. So exchanges have just taken cognizance of what the news buyers reported, and they have asked for clarification. But Nisha's story, of course, is very different. A potential buyer in Manipal Hospitals backed by TPG and a possible merger. So that will have to be a reverse merger.
That has to be a reverse merger, and Manipal Hospitals could really become a listed entity, being the controlling shareholder of the merged entity. But here, Lata, since there are so many legal tangles really attached, and Daiichi Sankyo had not been leaving any stone unturned in blocking these transactions because clearly they are not getting their money, well, clearly we'll have to see how their legal eagles really respond to this particular, stunt by Fortis Healthcare as well as Manipal Hospitals. So we'll have to see whether Supreme Court verdict is at all going to really be an overhang in this, but they have really taken all the precautions so that legally it can be a smooth process. And clearly the resignation of Singh brothers, the promoters of the company, yesterday was a precursor to smoothen the process for this particular transaction.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Nisha. Well, that's a great deal on Fortis, and all that has kept the share hydrated.